Hey, all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly value, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hey there, my Crimsonites. How we doing today? How are we doing today? Hopefully everybody is doing well. Okay. I see I got my people in the building. They coming through. Okay. What's going on, Sister Bethshua, Sister Sabrina? How you doing? My wonderful sis C, how you feeling, sweetheart? What's good, Thanos? How you feeling? Truth Seeker, how you feeling, sweetheart? Thank you so much, December, for the first super chat and contribution to the show. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Appreciate you very much. Okay. So, I'm going to say something completely off topic. I am just now playing Tomb Raider. But I'm playing the later ones, the more recent ones. And the one that I picked up, because I bought them, but I never played them. And I'm playing the definitive edition. It's actually kind of fun. But I must say, it's kind of fun, although I have never played Tomb Raider. Don't judge me. Not even the OG Tomb Raider. I've never played it. I hadn't even played the OG ones. So what I think I'll do is, because they made remastered OGs 1, 2, and 3, I think I'll buy that pack and play the OG Tomb Raiders, because I think that'll give me a little bit more insight into how Tomb Raider is supposed to go. I know that was way random, but I game. And for those of you who've been here long enough, y'all know that. Although I do be taking hiatuses off them games. I be taking hiatuses off of, I'll go a year sometimes or more, and I will not touch the consoles. And then I be getting back into on my BS. I be getting back on my bull, and then I go pick the game back up, because I'm playing Blood Rain 2 again, because they remastered that. And Blood Rain 2, I always liked it, but the mechanics was always real bad. The mechanics still kind of bad because they can't change everything, but that's the only reason I never got into Blood Rains that much. The story was good, but the mechanics was always like crazy mechanics. Like, why is she moving like that? Anyway, so for my geeks, y'all know what I'm talking about. Okay, I'm gonna get to the show. It's not even low key. I'm a whole geek. I'm a geek. I'm a nerd. Because when I tell you I geeked out over the new Predator, because I read to y'all years ago, I used to do story time, and I read out loud on live stream all 3 of my fan fictions that I wrote for Predator. I wrote 3 novels. 3 fan fiction novels, I swear, about the Predator. And I swear to you, everything I wrote in them stories, I almost questioned that they read my stories, because everything I wrote in my stories, they put it in that movie. Like stuff about how they do as predators, and like what their culture is like, and how, and even naming their planet Yaut Prime. I named it that in my story. They named it that in the movie. It's Yaut Prime. I'm like, oh, so y'all read a sister's stories. Y'all read my stories. Y'all, they read them stories. I'm convinced. It was too much of the concepts and conceptualizing how they interact among themselves without no humans. Low key, because I did think about writing a Predator series and like whoever got the rights to it and like selling them the stories. Because it need a Netflix or whoever. It ain't got to be Netflix, but whatever. Because I write and I do think about that. Like I would write those stories because they don't never get the Predator right, but they kind of got it right this time. I would write those stories and get paid for it. Boom, whole stories. Yout, because they named the Predators quote unquote name is a Yautja, Yautja. So I just decided that their home planet had to be Yout Prime. Now, if they named it that before, like in the comic books, then whatever. But I had never heard it. I just decided that's what their main planet should be called. Because I never read the comic books. I just know that they made them. Anyway, I'm way off topic. Because sometimes I like talking about geek stuff, but I'll save that for Discord. Anyway. The animated movie was good. I like the concept of that because then they was time traveling. But Badlands is good. If you like Predator, but you ain't like the last few that they put out because it's lame, watch Badlands. Badlands is actually pretty good. It's a step up. It's a couple of steps up from the Predators they've been putting out these last couple of years because they've been messing it up. Anyway, let me get to these EBTs. All right. So I wanted to share a little bit something with you. And we're going to talk about the changes and what they mean.
Loading the dollars and start loading meals. We don't hate EBT. We hate watching it get abused. And if you've ever stood behind someone in a line with 2 carts of junk food, swiping that benefits card while you're trying to budget for basics, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Right now, some bureaucrat has decided how much cash goes on somebody's card, but with what structure and what guidance? What happens in reality is that some people flip that card for cash. They offer to buy your groceries for half the price. Other people, they stock up on Famous Amos, sodas, and they don't even buy real food. Meanwhile, working class families behind them are stretching every single dollar. And that's where the resentment builds. Not because somebody's getting help, but because the system is designed to fail. SNAP stands for Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. So why are we handing out money with no focus on nutrition? Stop loading the dollars and start loading meals. Think of something like 21 meals a week. You could get it balanced, customizable, and pair it with a 6-month check-in with an actual nutritionist. So if you're diabetic, overweight, low sodium, gluten-free, you get actual help. Let me know what you think in the comments. Is something like this feasible? Would it work and would you support it? Stop loading.
Now, she had that to say. I thought it was very interesting. Her take on that. She's basically talking about a revising of the SNAP and EBT programs, which I've always been a proponent of the revising of those programs. I have never been, let me make this very clear before I start. I have never been a proponent of getting rid of welfare completely. I do not support that concept. I do not support the concept of getting rid of welfare completely out of a society. Okay? Welfare as a safety net should definitely exist. Economies tank and people lose their jobs, they lose their incomes, people get sick, people get hurt, all kinds of reasons why you may not be able to earn income to the same level as other people that don't have anything to do with you being lazy or you trying to be a welfare king or queen. Okay? We actually gonna get to that part because the way that it's set up, it is designed to keep generations within poverty, but that's later on in the show. Okay. So let me make that clear. I don't have a problem with SNAP or EBT or welfare or even cash assistance when you need it because, like I said, economies tank, things of that nature. We're back in another recession. We're basically in a depression at this point. Jobs are difficult to come by. Lots of jobs are simply being taken away because of technology and AI, and things of that nature. So people are simply being told no more work, not because they don't want to work. Okay. And so what do? If the economy tanks, why should I have to, and why should families have to now face homelessness, hunger, food insecurity, and things of that nature because industries want to do what industries want to do and decide we're going to cut 30,000 people. This one over here going to cut 40,000 people. These right here going to cut 100,000 people. Those people add up, and those are real people with real bills and real mouths to feed, including their own, that now have to scramble about how they're going to get money. Okay? All right. So I'm not a proponent of simply getting rid of all welfare and all of it is bad and everybody is lazy and just want to get on it. A lot of people don't want to be on welfare. A lot of people that's on welfare don't want to be there because it's a trap. A lot of people that's on welfare or getting some type of governmental assistance and benefits don't want to be there because it traps you in a loop. It almost prevents you from getting out of it successfully because they don't like to, I'm put the cart before the horse, but they don't like to bridge the gap for you so that when you get gainful employment, you might still actually need that food stamp card for another month or two until that job is stabilized. A lot of jobs put you on probation for 90 days. At least give me the 90 days and make sure that I have this job solidified. Then you can get me off of it. I don't have to come back to get benefits unless something catastrophic happens to me. Okay. Right. So that's my stance, generally speaking, with government assistance and things of that nature. Okay. But with that being said, these are the changes the main changes that are being done through December. Okay. Let me take myself off this screen. And let me make it a little bit bigger so you guys can see it. Hopefully you guys can see this a little bit better. I know sometimes it's difficult to read. However, In December 2025, SNAP benefits will be affected by new work requirements and potential reductions in maximum allotments due to recent legislation. So they're given the top 3 things that have changed, okay? According to the big, beautiful bill that was passed in July, it introduces stricter work requirements for many SNAP recipients. So now what they're doing is able-bodied adults without dependents who are between ages 18 and 64 must work. They must either work, volunteer, or participate in job training for at least 80 hours per month to receive benefits beyond 3 months in a 3-year period. This change expands the age range for work requirements and limits exemptions for parents with children. So the main change right there is it used to be your child could be 18. So everybody 18 and under, if you had a minor living in your house, 18 or under, okay, you could get the benefits for as long as the minors are in your house, okay? So they reduced the age of the minor that you can live with and have to support from 18 to 14 and under. So 14 and under, you don't have to do, you're exempt from the 80 hours. If you have a minor that you live with, a dependent that lives with you for age 14 years and under. It used to be 18. Now they're changed it to 14. If your dependents are not if they're older than 14 years old, then you now have to either get a job, volunteer somewhere, okay, or participate in some type of job training program for at least 80 hours out of a month. If not, you only get benefits for 3 months consecutively within a 3-year period. Okay. All right. So there's that. So when we come back to it, the second thing that changed is the reduction in maximum allotments. Okay, so this started in November when they didn't give people SNAP. The maximum allotments have been reduced to 50% of the eligible household's current allotment. So they're bringing down how much they're going to give you. This reduction is a direct result of limited federal funding and will impact the benefits received in December. So what that means in layman's terms is all them people getting $600-700 worth of food stamps a month, they're cutting that. You're probably going to get about 300 or so. If you were getting 6, you're going to get 3. If you were getting 7, you're going to get, 350 or 325 or whatever. Okay. So they're limiting how much you're going to get specifically because the federal government is no longer going to supplement the state and pay the difference for what the state does not pay. Does that make sense? All right. So all that getting $600, $700, $800, for food stamps, they're gonna start cutting that. Okay. And then the third main thing, and this one is real key, the inflation adjustments. This is the other thing that they've changed. SNAP benefits are typically adjusted for inflation annually, sort of like they do with SSA and SSI. they will give you more for like disability and stuff like that. Yearly, they will adjust for any inflation and things of that nature, cost of living. So they're saying that SNAP used to do that as well. Benefits typically adjusted for inflation annually. The new legislation might limit additional adjustments that previously supported the true costs of a healthy diet. This could mean future benefits might not increase as significantly as they have in the past. Okay. So what they're saying is what you're getting now is what you're going to get. We're not going to adjust it for inflation. We're not adjusting it anymore. Whatever it is, if the cost of living goes sky high, it is what it is. So that's what they're saying too for SNAP benefits. Okay. What you got? Well, the reason I want to talk about this with you guys is because we have to understand in a wider dynamic what's going on here. Okay. They're making space for universal basic income. Okay. The government is making space for universal basic income. So they are reducing and may eventually cut various programs such as SNAP, such as EBT, such as TANF. To make room for universal basic income. Put a 1 in the chat if you know what universal basic income is. Put a 2 if you have no idea what that is. Okay. Most people know. Okay. They need to redo Defiance. They did not do it. They did Blood Omen and Blood Omen 2 and both the Soul Reavers, which I have. I own them. Not Defiance. Defiance was the best one. And I like Blood Omen too. I ain't even gonna hold you. I like it, even though it's a wonky story, whatever. Anyway, going back to it. UBI. This is UBI. This is what universal basic income. Universal basic income is a financial system where the government provides all citizens with a regular, unconditional sum of money, regardless of their employment status, aimed at reducing poverty and ensuring financial security. Definition and purpose. UBI is a social welfare proposal that aims to provide every adult citizen with regular, unconditional cash payments. This payment is designed to cover basic living expenses, thereby alleviating poverty and providing safety nets as economic conditions change, particularly due to automation and technological advancements. Unlike traditional welfare programs, UBI does not require recipients to meet specific income thresholds or work requirements. Okay. So we're going to skip the historical context and we're going to go to benefits and criticisms. Some of the benefits that they state: poverty reduction. UBI aims to provide a financial foundation for all citizens, helping to lift people out of poverty. Economic stability. By ensuring basic income, UBI can help stabilize economies during downturns and reduce reliance on complex welfare systems. Encouragement of entrepreneurship. With a guaranteed income, individuals might feel more secure in pursuing entrepreneurial ventures or education without the immediate pressure of financial survival. Some of the criticisms: financial feasibility. Critics argue that UBI could be prohibitively expensive and question how it would be funded sustainably. Work disincentive. There are concerns that providing a basic income without work requirements might discourage people from seeking employment, which I don't believe that. For most people, the majority of people are not going to not work. Equity issue. Some argue it is unfair to provide the same amount to everyone regardless of their individual financial needs. So some of the criticisms is it's not one size fit all. You know, if somebody was making $100,000 and their job gets replaced by UBI, you can't give me $50,000 a year. Now that's a come up for somebody who was making $30,000 and let's say UBI is $50,000 a year. That's a come up. Most people aren't not going to find something to do. UBI is different from welfare because it's not like food stamp. It's a cash thing. It's basically an ongoing for lifetime a stimulus check. The reason why they have the concept of UBI, and it's going to be a reality, is because if you automate millions of jobs through technological advance, AI, all this type of stuff, and you put people out of work, if you automate pretty much any job where somebody was working on a computer or whatever, you put millions of people out of jobs. Millions of people now don't have anywhere to go. Okay? The only industries that will be less affected by AI and various automating their jobs and taking them out of jobs is labor jobs. Labor jobs will take longer to be affected if they can, because for a lot of labor jobs, they won't be able to replace human beings from doing it. Okay. So constructions, you know, plumbing, electricians, you know, any type of working on oil rigs, working any type of manual labor where that is the bulk of the job, where you have to be there. Okay. That will be slow. If they can, they may be able to automate some portions of that work, but for the most part, they're not going to be able to completely remove people. They're not going to be able to completely remove people from trucking. And they're trying very hard to make these trucks and cars drive themselves. But it's an insurance nightmare because AI is not smart enough and it is not aware enough to drive trucks and cars without issue. AI is a computer software, and we know this software can have malware. We know that it can shut down. We know that it can glitch out and all of that type of stuff. So even though there is a such thing as automated truck driving, they're not going to be able to replace truckers. Because if a robotic truck hits somebody and kills 10 people, who you gonna sue? Who where's the justice? Where the justice is gonna be? Who is accountable for that? The company? Ain't no people. What happens when the AI glitches and it doesn't know what to do in inclement weather? It doesn't know how to judge distances well, or it doesn't know how to judge You understand? So universal basic income is there for all of the millions of people that they're going to displace out of work. Okay? They're just going to automate everything that they can automate. Everything that they can automate, they're going to do it so that the tech billionaires and big tech companies can make their money. All right? And everywhere that they can replace human beings, they're going to try to do it. See, we thought movies like RoboCop, Matrix, Terminator, we thought that those were movies. Those are not movies. They are not movies. We thought all those movies about dystopian futures. We thought all those movies about AI, iRobot, you know, and all of those AI becoming sentient and then deciding things and then controlling humanity. See, we thought those was movies. Those are not movies. Those are not movies. Okay? Not movies at all. Go back and look at them. They are not movies. All of those so-called movies and productions were there to express the possible outcomes of where they were going with all of this stuff. They knew that they were going to go there. But what they were trying to do is explore both the so-called benign, the benign part of it, versus the malignant, evil part of it. I want to, let's see if I can find, because hubby sent me a video with Elon Musk actually talking about these things. And I could have swore I saved it. I hate when I save stuff and then it's like, but you didn't save it. But yes, I did. Because what is y'all talking about? Here it is. We don't really like Elon, but listen to what Elon had to say here. I need y'all to listen real careful. And I know he talked like he's not human either, but just listen.
Like I said, like AI is the supersonic tsunami. So that's what I call it, supersonic tsunami. So
it's like, what other jobs will be available that aren't available now because of AI?
Well, AI is really still digital. Ultimately, AI can improve the productivity of humans who build things with their hands or do things with their hands, like literally welding, electrical work, plumbing, anything that's physically moving atoms, like cooking food or farming or like anything that's physical. Those jobs will exist for a much longer time. But anything that is digital, which is like just someone at a computer doing something, AI is going to take over those jobs like lightning.
Coding, anything along those lines. Yeah.
It's going to take over those jobs like lightning. Just like digital computers took over the job of people doing manual calculations, but much faster.
So what happens to all those people? Like, what kind of numbers are we talking about? Like, you're going to lose most drivers, right? Commercial drivers. You're going to have automated vehicles, AI controlled systems. Just like there's certain ports in China, I think in Singapore, where everything's completely automated.
Yeah, mostly. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're going to lose a lot of those jobs, longshoreman jobs, trucking, commercial drivers.
Yeah, I mean, we actually do have a shortage of truck drivers, but actually,
Well, that's why California's hired so many illegals to do it. Have you seen those numbers?
yeah. I mean, the problem is like when people don't know how to drive a semi truck, which is actually a hard thing to do, then they crash and kill people.
Yeah.
A friend of mine's wife was killed by an illegal driving a truck, and she was just out biking, and there was an illegal who didn't know how to drive the truck or something. I mean, and he ran her over. So I mean, like the thing is like for something like you can't let people drive, you know, a sort of an 80,000 pound semi if they don't know how to do it. But in California, they're just letting people do it
Because they need people to do it.
Well, they also they want the votes and that kind of thing. But yeah, like cars are going to be autonomous.
I'm gonna pause him because I need y'all to also hear the other conversation that's being had as well. He's talking about AI, the other conversation that Joe Rogan wants to have that Elon is not having because he doesn't agree. Because Joe, twice now, 2 or 3 times now, Joe is indicating that the shortage of truck drivers is because no one wants to drive trucks. And that's why they're hiring so-called illegals to drive trucks, because no one will drive trucks. And understand how Elon is sort of not having that conversation because he doesn't agree, because that's not the truth. Plenty of American men will drive the heck out of them trucks. According to the laws governing commercial driving, they will get all of the paperwork, they will get all of the registrations that you need and the training that you need and all of the stuff that you need to legally drive these trucks. Men will do this without question. Men will do this without question. They're hiring illegals so that they don't have to pay them the same amount of money that you would have to pay legal citizens for doing the same job. So I just wanted to point out the subtext conversation that is also being had. It's like 2 or 3 conversations being had right now. Just wanted to point it out. I'll let him finish it because it's almost done.
But there's just so many desk jobs where really what people are doing is they're processing email, or they're answering the phone, and just anything that isn't moving atoms, like anything that is not physically, like doing physical work, that will obviously be the first thing. Those jobs will be and are being eliminated by AI at a very rapid pace. And ultimately, working will be optional, because you'll have robots plus AI, and we'll have, in a benign scenario, universal high income, not just universal basic income, universal high income, meaning anyone can have any products or services that they want.
So
but there will be a lot of trauma and disruption along the way.
So you anticipate a basic income from that the economy will boost to such an extent that a high income would be available to almost everybody. So we'd essentially eliminate poverty.
In the benign scenario, yes. So like the way
there's multiple scenarios.
Notice that he's making a point to say that the benign scenario, the one where people can live with it, the matrix system that people want to be tuned into, that's the benign system. The matrix that everybody would like to be tuned into and plugged into, not the one where the Terminator exists. But he's actually going to talk about that.
There are multiple scenarios. There's a lot of ways this movie can end. Like the reason I'm so concerned about AI safety is that, like, one of the possibilities is the Terminator scenario. It's not 0%. So
notice he said the Terminator scenario is not 0%. What is he talking about? He's talking about the part where Skynet becomes self-aware and then starts deciding what it wants to do without human input.
That's why it's like I'm like really banging the drum on AI needs to be maximally truth seeking. Like don't force AI to believe a lie, like that for example the founding fathers were actually a group of diverse women, or that misgendering is worse than nuclear war. Because if that's the case, and then you get the robots and the AI becomes omnipotent, it can enforce that outcome. And then like unless you're a diverse woman, you're out of the picture. So we're toast.
So that's
or you might wake up as a diverse woman one day. The AI has adjusted the picture, and we are now a diverse woman.
A diverse woman. So that would be that's the worst possible situation. So what would be the steps that we would have to take in order to implement the benign solution, where it's universal high income? Like best case scenario, this is the path forward to universal high income for essentially every single citizen, that the economy gets boosted by AI and robotics to such an extent that no one ever has to work again. And what about meaning for those people, which gets really weird?
Yeah. I don't know how to answer the question about meaning.
That's an individual problem, right? But it's going to be an individual problem for millions of people.
Yeah. It's just happening.
And notice how Elon did not have an answer for that. The last portion of that, what about meaning? What about purpose? What about people's purpose? And Elon's like, And so Joe says, yes, individual, except for millions of people. And he just kind of gets lost in thought, like, yeah, it does produce an issue, because you can't stop human beings from being human beings. The humanity won't stop. The humanity does not stop. Okay. We're going to continue to talk about it, because I want to talk about the other part of it. But after these messages, we'll be right back. I need everybody to go to ashkicking.com. Okay. For those of you who celebrate Christmas and you want to get yourself or some loved one a wonderful gift, this is the time to do so. Go to ashkicking.com. The link is pinned to the top of the chat. Keep your skin looking and feeling its absolute best. Go to that website, ashkicking.com. Pick up this body butter and other personal care products that they have. Make it a gift for yourself. Make it a gift for your loved ones. Guaranteed that they will love it. If it's going to be your first order, please take advantage of the 10% discount using the promo code Crimson at checkout. Okay. I owe you guys a bam, 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 bam. You got to hit the like button. Bam, bam. You got to go ahead and hit the like button. Okay. Thank you so much. Again, December said Snap is definitely a trap if you have a lost value system mindset. Exactly. Thank you, Rock. Fresh says speak on it. Thank you, HVAC said UBI 2030 agenda. Y'all better pay attention. Thank you, Wayne Lundy, for becoming a new member. I appreciate you.
But now you have been promoted. You are now one of my elite employees.
Thank you again, HVAC said even the Halo games or documentaries, I have to go back and play some of the original games. iRobot, Terminator, all of them told us a deeper issue. And billions of people just living out their lives. Exactly. And thank you so much, Charles, for your super sticker. I always appreciate you. Thank you. Okay. So now we got to talk about why, not only with the universal basic income, The only reason I wanted to show you guys that is because I need y'all up to speed on the bigger picture of where this stuff is going, why they're changing Snap, because UBI is on the rise. Why is UBI an inevitability? Because of AI. What's the issue with AI? Because people are going to not only be put out of jobs, they're going to be put out of their humanity. The system is being perfected or completed in our lifetime. The system that we call the beast and all of that, that system is being completed in our lifetime. They're completing the infrastructure for it. Took them a long time to do it, but they're completing the infrastructure. And all of these things are coming into play. And all of these things are coming into play under the guise of making your life easier, making things more convenient. These things are not convenient. They are not convenient. They are not the convenience that you think that they are. Because, side note, for those of you who might have been thinking about getting a real ID and who might have been thinking about getting the digital ID, do not do that. Do not do that. I don't care what they do at them airports. Go get a passport. If you don't already have a passport, get a passport. Get a passport. Do not fall for the okie doke. Go get your passports. Because with the advent of AI and then your ID being digital, they're gonna fake you out, i.e. Minority Report style, and say that you were committing crimes that you weren't doing. All kinds of stuff. Do not do that. Get your passport if you don't have it. Go get it. You're going to need it anyway. Go get your passport. Get your paperwork together and go get your passport. If you have a passport and it needs renewing, renew it now. While they still allowing people to renew passports, get your passport. Okay? Do not do the digital ID. If you're buying cars, do not buy the latest models. I know they look cute, but you're going to be mad that you're going to be driving along and somebody in the Swiss Alps is going to be able to kill switch your car and turn it off because it's connected to the grid and it is connected to AI and it's connected to subscriptions. And if you don't pay and and then they just kill switch your car. I'm telling y'all, don't get them robot cars. Do not get those cars. They be trying to drive themselves to put you in an accident. Do not do it. I'm warning y'all. Don't say you didn't hear it. You probably can get away with getting up to maybe a 2019, depending on the car you get, without all that foolishness in it, all that AI in it. You don't need all of that. You do not need your car to be doing nothing but what you tell it. You do not need your car to make no decisions for you. All of that telemetry data that they're picking up, how you drive, which way you, all of that is just gathering data and information on you, not the car. They're telling you, oh, it'd be better for your insurance if we know how you drive. I don't need you to know how I drive. My driving record tell you how I drive. If I ain't got no moving violations and I don't have any accidents on my report, that's how I drive. I don't want no technology in my car higher than Bluetooth so I can listen to my music. You don't need that extra GPS system that's on your phone. GPS is on your phone. That you carrying your tracking device with you. I have never been a proponent of an automated house Alexa run my house, and this system run my house. I don't need all that. Lock the door. I don't need you, because you'll get it in your AI mind to lock me in. We're not doing it. Not doing it. I don't need AI figuring out nothing for me. I don't need it to run my life. I don't need it to drive my car. I know how to drive. I know exactly how to drive. The day I need all that assistance to drive, you don't need to be behind the wheel. If you need that much assistance to drive, you don't need to be driving. You don't know how to drive. Okay? I don't trust that. I don't need no car. I don't need no car that's doing what it want to do and all of that. I don't need, because I seen a video of somebody had one of them new Audis, and his car would not move an inch when he turned it on without him buckling his seatbelt first. That car literally would not move. But what if I just need to inch it up a little bit? What if I just need to reposition my car real quick? You not gonna move? What if I get into it and I need to make a quick getaway because somebody on me, man, let's go, and you won't move till I put my seatbelt on? See, I don't need that. I don't need that. I don't need it. I drive the car. The car don't drive me. The car do what I say, not the other way around. You don't tell me what you need in order to move, except a key in the ignition and my foot on this gas pedal. That's what you need. I'm going to have an older model car. If I don't have a stick shift, I know how to drive a stick shift. It'll be theft proof because don't nobody know how to drive no way. They are making you pay for subscriptions in them cars in order to have this feature and that feature. Y'all, I don't need all of that. At all. At all. At all. Not at all. I don't need none of that. I don't need any of it. My music on my phone and my GPS on there. And anytime I need to ditch my little tracker that I pay for, I can ditch it. Just like in the movies, there's always a resistance. And it's always just a few people. I don't have to buy them cars. And I don't got to get that ID. You got to get that. My passport will work is an accepted identification everywhere. I will take it everywhere. I'm just saying, and this is just the stuff that I can see, that I can just think about offhand, that's automated, all that stuff connected. They have control over your bank account. I suggest pull it. If you have a considerable amount of money, I suggest pulling most of it out of the bank. Most of it, pull it out. Pull it out. Keep just enough in there to do little stuff that you need to do for convenience, but rest of that, they get to freezing accounts because they want to. You won't be able to get your money because it's digital. As long as it's sitting in that bank, it's not real. Go get it. Get your silver, get your gold, start buying certain things. You might have to be stuck. Because the day that the United States does not accept its own passport as identification is the day I gotta go anyway. Gotta go. Gotta go. Gotta go. Because they setting it up as to where you can't operate without it. What do that sound like? They setting it up to where you can't operate. And we have already been told, especially as Muslims, to prepare for the day that you can't operate and your God can't be in your belly that day. Can't be in your belly. You can't be worried about not being able to eat and your essentials. You're gonna have to ask Allah for your sustenance directly. You're gonna have to directly do it. And your faith better be strong enough to do it. Your faith in Allah better be strong enough for you to, without no mediation, go to Allah directly, get your sustenance directly. This is why I'm talking about spirituality so much. I'm trying to get my people there. The day will come. And it's going to be a heavy test because folks got kids and all kind of stuff. And you don't want to see your kids hungry and homeless and all of that. I get it. That's why a bunch of people going to be caught up because they're going to be looking at, well, man, I got all these responsibilities. They're going to, you know what I'm saying? And this system is counting on you thinking that way because that would be the normal way that people are thinking. Nobody wants to have that kind of hardship to where you gotta be off grid and you can't participate in society anymore because of the way that they set it up, and it go against your values and it go against your belief in Allah. Because they're gonna set it up that way. The Dajjal is coming. Who Christians call the Antichrist, same thing. So instead of a real ID to get your food, you're going to have to worship this joker. You're going to have to go ahead and worship that beast if you want some food. See, they keep putting it on you. How much you going to do? How much are you going to bend your knee to this? They're going to work you to that place. They're going to work you to a place where you're going to have to say, you don't believe in Allah and you believe in this thing and this system and this beast that they got. Then you don't believe in Allah. You don't, you know what I'm saying? A'udhu billah. You don't believe it. You're going to have to make them choices. They're going to keep putting you in situations where you're going to have to make that choice harder and harder. It's going to become more difficult to make that choice. Keep constraining you to make a certain choice. So it's going to have to be a rebellion. You're going to have to be rebellious. And that may cost you your life. And for those of us who believe in the God of the heavens and the earth and everything in between, for those of us who believe in the God of Abraham and the God of Jesus and the God of Moses and the God of Muhammad, for those of us who believe in that, we're going to have to be ready for, okay, you do what you do, I'm going to do what I do, and we'll let God sort it out. We'll let God sort it out. You're gonna have to learn how to be rebellious. You rebel against God every day. Learn how to rebel against this beast. Learn that. Every day you disobey a law and don't think twice. Put that same energy to disobeying this beast and its system. This went a different way. I was going to talk about a poverty mindset, but I think this is what Allah wanted me to say. Every day you do everything against Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, against the Most High. You disobey every order and you sleep well at night. Disobey their orders and sleep well. Do it. It's gonna come. If you're alive to see it, it's gonna come. May Allah give us all the spiritual strength that we need and the level of faith that we're gonna need in order to come all the way to the line and say, you gonna do what you do and I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do, and we just gonna have to let God sort it out, because I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that, and I'm not conceding over there, and I'm not conceding over here. I know I got kids. They not gonna concede either. They not conceding either. We're gonna be hungry together. We're gonna be hungry together. We're gonna be hungry together. We hungry together today. I ain't got nothing and they ain't got nothing. Okay? We can go as far as we can go with this that don't contravene Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Once it starts stepping on toes, I'm done with it. I'm done with it when it starts stepping on toes. I'm not doing that. You have to figure out who you worship that day. That day, you'll have to make a decision. All of us that live to see it, whether it's us or our children, will have to make a decision that day that I believe in Allah, and that's it. And I'm not doing the rest of that. All the rest of what you got going on, I cannot. And if it costs me my life, then la ilaha illallah Muhammadan Rasulullah, la hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. It's gonna have to cost me today. I got to get out of here one day anyway. I'm gonna meet Allah and you gonna meet Allah, and we gonna see who was successful, me or you. So you're gonna have to make a choice. Who is your God? Who is your God? Who is your Lord? Answer quickly. Money can't be your God. This system can't be your God. Your own needs cannot be your God. You're going to have to come on with it, because they coming on with it. They coming on with it as best as they can. They doing everything that they can. They got the foot on the gas, all gas, no brakes. They coming through. They coming through with their foolishness. So now it's time for the believers to stand on business. Gotta stand on business. If you ain't standing on business, okay. You got to make a decision. Everybody's going to have to make a decision. Everybody is going to reach that point in their own personal life where they're going to have to reach the decision. Who is your God? Who? And you and answer truthfully, and your decision will bring it out. Better hit that gym while you can. Get your weight up, get your endurance up. Buy physical books on nutrition, buy physical books on bushcraft, how to make fires, how to make things like that. Get you some bug out bags, get you some survival gear and store it. Buy you some MREs. Muslims, you can buy MREs because the day that we need to eat an MRE, it'll be halal for us to do it. The day that we got to stop somewhere and have to bust out an MRE or starve, that'll be the day that is halal anyway. Okay. Okay. This is Surah At-Tawbah, verse 24. Say, if your parents and your children and your siblings and your spouses and your extended family and the wealth that you have acquired and the trade that you fear will decline and the homes that you cherish, if these are more beloved to you than Allah and his messenger and struggling in Allah's way, then wait until Allah brings about his will, and Allah does not guide the rebellious people. That's what Allah has to say about that. If the life of this world, including your family members, including all the different relationships, including everything, anything, all the things, if any of that is dearer to you than Allah and his Rasul, then you wait. And when Allah say wait, that's not good. You start talking about wait on it. And it's hard. It will not be easy. It will not be easy. Nothing about what I'm saying is easy. Nothing. All of it will be difficult. Every last part of it we will be faced with difficult choices at every turn. At every turn, the choice will be nearly impossible to make. But the time is coming where the only choice that you're going to be able to really make is amen to believe. I believe in Allah and I trust in Allah, and I have to go with trusting in Allah. Whatever it is that I can't have, even down to my essentials, the essentials of living, it's going to come to that. Even down to that, I have to trust in Allah. I have to trust in Allah. I have to trust that Allah is a Razak. My job didn't provide for me. The government didn't provide for me. I didn't provide for me. Only Allah, only the Most High provides for me. Only He can provide for me and my children and my family in hardship and in ease. And Allah will not leave us alone. Please be encouraged. If you are a believer in the Most High, then know that He will not leave the believers alone. Allah's help is near at hand. It is always close. Allah's help is close. Allah said He is nearer to the believer than their jugular veins. He will not leave. He will not leave you to languish and to suffer. He will help you. And that help sometimes is going to be take you out this world and bring you to the hereafter and bring you into His glory and into His mercy. That'll be the help for some of us. For some of us, Allah is going to take us away. Just come on. Some of us going to have to die for it. Some of us going to have to die for it. And that may or may not come in our lifetimes, but some of us going to have to die for it. Some of us is going to have to face that beast and go ahead and fight it till we can't fight. Fight it till we gone. But know that if it comes to that for you, if you fight in Allah's way and you die in Allah's way, then Allah got you. Allah got you. So it's not a doom and gloom for us. For those who believe, it is not a doom and gloom for us. It can be a doom and gloom for them. They're going to perish in their own system. Know that. It will be destroyed. It will be destroyed. Again, for those of us who believe in Allah, it is not doom and gloom for us. We will get the paradise no matter what. As long as we trust in Allah, believe in Allah, and make that choice every day. This is why we have to have spirituality. This is why your faith got to be strong. Because it's going to be tested. Allah says in his Quran, English interpretation, do you think that you will say, I believe, and not be tested? You think that? The test is here. Saying, I believe in the Most High, that's heavy. That's not no light thing. You have to prove that. Prove it. Because they constructing this, they putting the finishing touches on this system here. The one that we read about in Revelations, the ones that the prophets have warned us about. Rasulullah warned us. All the prophets of Allah warned us. Allah has sent the warning already about the beast and its system. The beast itself and the system of that beast. They are putting the last finishing touches on that system to where it can run how they quote unquote think it ought to be running. They putting the finishing cap on that. So what we gonna do about it? As believers in the one high God, what we gonna do? What we gonna do? What you gonna do? So I know this turned into a sermon. Thank you, HVAC said, chat, hold on to your old appliances. I work in HVAC, the appliance industry. Trust me, this new stuff ain't what you think it is. None of the new stuff is what nobody think it is, HVAC. You got that right. You got that all the way right, young brother. Like Palpatine told Anakin, you must choose. Yeah, you got the, hey, you got to put up a shut up today. That Brother Reza says y'all better get in shape. Exactly. Thank you so much for your contributions. I appreciate you. I really did not mean for this to be a sermon. And I don't know if I'm saying that apologetically or not. Only because I wrote out, like I write my shows, right? And I write out the points I want to talk about and why I want to talk about them. The last thing I want to say is that this really is the matrix that we living in. The stuff that we think, how can I put this? The power that we think these people wield is not real. That is the crux of the test. The crux of the test is for us to understand that the life of this world is an amusement. Allah say in the Quran, the life of this world is an amusement. It's an illusion. Allah, this ain't really your real life. Your real life happened with me. After you so-called die and I bring you back, that's your life. This is the testing ground for whether or not you believed in me or not without seeing me. But knowing that I'm here, knowing it, and then acting like you know that. But all of this so-called power that these people, quote unquote, got, it's not real. It's not real. We already know the banking system not even real. None of that is real. Money not real. It's not real. It's not real. That's why Allah give it to anybody. It's not real. They made it digital. It ain't even real. They one keystroke and it'll all be gone. It's not real. Okay. The power that they attempt to make you believe that they have is not real. That's not real power. Allah's power is real. Their power is manufactured, built on lies and a house of cards and all that kind of stuff. All the lies. If you tell one truth to it, it'll blow it away. Just like Allah said in the Quran, truth hurled at a falsehood will knock its head off. Why? Because falsehoods, it's a house of cards. It's a trap. It's a trap to make you think that what they say hold more weight than what it hold. It don't hold no more weight. It don't hold no weight to what Allah say. Allah's word hold weight. What they talking about, it don't hold no weight. It don't hold no weight. That's why Allah want us to be steadfast, even if they so-called take away our rights and take away our ability to operate with them. Allah saying, I'm the plug. Me, not them. They not even the plug. You worried about what you can get from them. Nothing. I'm the plug. They get everything they quote unquote got from me. I say yay or nay. And all of this is a test for you. That's all it is. Allah is the plug. Allah is Ar-Razak. He is the provider. He provides everything. He providing the air you breathing in your lungs right now. He can give you that little funky food. It's not nothing. Everything is with Allah. All the treasures is with Allah. Everything is with Allah. Nothing is with them. Everything is with Allah. All the stuff that they say, they try to make themselves bigger in your eyes than what we going to the moon. Y'all not going to no moon. We going to Mars. No. We can that we can watch y'all and control everything. They trying to be Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They can never be Allah. They can never be Allah. They can never be Allah. Allah is Allah. Allah said he is Allah alone. He don't have no partners. Nothing can join with him. Nothing is like him. He said he by himself. In every category, he unique. Nothing is like him. They want to be able to control things like Allah control things, and they can't do it. So then they try to make everybody else think they can. No. That little piece of money they got, that's not nothing for Allah to give nobody. The only reason folks don't got money that want money is because they don't know how to ask Allah for it. They don't know how to ask Allah. They don't know how to tap in spiritually. This is why I keep telling y'all that spirituality and wealth go together. Most people that want money that can't understand why they can't get it, it's not even really because Allah is telling you no. It's because you don't know how to get it from Allah. Your belief in Allah have to be strong. How much you doubt Allah is how much money you won't get. And how much you believe in Allah is how much money you will get. For those who want money and can't figure out how they can't get it and why. And why do evil people have it? Evil people can have money because the money and the wealth of this world is nothing. It don't mean nothing. It isn't anything. It isn't anything. It isn't anything. So he just give it to anybody. But the thing that's truly valuable, everybody don't get it. And that is faith and belief in Allah. Everybody don't have that. Everybody don't actually have that. It's actually a minority of people that have that. Who really have a connection with Allah. That's actually rare. But that's the most valuable thing. And Allah punishes when you evil and have money. That's actually a punishment from Allah. That's not good. That's not good, because when you don't believe in Allah but you have a lot of wealth, you do evil with your wealth. You oppress people with your wealth. You oppress people with it. You commit all kinds of evil with your wealth backing you. So Allah that's a punishment. These people are going to be chained by it. In the next life, in the hereafter, their wealth will take a physical form, and it will be chains burning them and dragging them to the hellfire because of what they used to do with it and how they used to use it and how they use it against people. They didn't use their wealth to help nobody. They didn't use their wealth the way that Allah told us to use it. Help the poor, make sure, you know what I'm saying? Make sure people is good, help people, you know, do righteous good deeds and things like that. You know, if Allah give you wealth, you're supposed to do good things with your wealth. You're supposed to use the wealth as a way to worship Allah. That's how you bless your money. That's how you keep money coming. That's how it don't become a burden and it doesn't become a source of sin to you. But once you use it to oppress others and make life hard for other people and all that kind of stuff, that's when Allah be like, oh, okay, fine. Because you acting stupid. Allah tell us that in the Quran. When you see old, you know, they rich and they old, don't let that grieve you. They long life is a curse. All that stuff they got is a curse to them. I curse them with that stuff. Because of the disbelief and because of the evil that's in their heart. I curse them with that. Allah literally say in the Quran that he basically, that dementia and stuff like that, that's all a curse. That Alzheimer's and stuff, he said he bring people to a point to where they used to know much and then they know nothing after having known much. My baby said, tell him again. People got to understand, when the Bible said it is the love of money that is the root of evil, the love, not money, because money can be used to be good. It's a tool like anything else, but it's the love for it, i.e. worshiping money, worshiping it. This is why Allah say, don't worship nothing but me. La ilaha illahu. Nothing is worthy of worship except he. Nothing is worthy of worship besides Allah. Nothing else. Everything else is a corruption to you. Thou shalt have no other God before me. Hear, O Israel, your Lord is but one Lord. He keep on saying, I am the only thing that can be worshiped. And it's a guidance to you. Anything less than that is a destruction to you. So when people worship money, that's where the evil come in at. The old banking system, think about it. The entire banking system is evil. First of all, it's built on interest. Allah don't like interest. Allah wages war on interest. He said, I wage war on interest. I don't bless it. You can make profit in your business and in trade. That's fine. Interest is haram. Interest is haram. It's haram to charge it. It's haram to pay it. And any system built upon it is an accursed system. Why do you think that Esau was beating the money changers at the temple? Not just because they was dealing with money at the temple, but what was they doing with the money? They was doing like they was making it's a word that like they was making debt slaves out of people. That's what they was doing. It wasn't just, you know what I'm saying? They was money changing. So they was charging interest on debts is what they were doing as well. So you come to pay your debt, but you can't pay your debt because I put interest on the debt. So I loaned you 2 goats. You have to pay me 4 goats and a plot of land. Well, I don't have 4 goats and a plot of land. Well, you know, I don't know what you. This is the other reason why Jesus started beating them. Not only are you in front of the masjid when you're supposed to be in here praying, but you out here dealing with this dunya, but you also dealing in usury. And you know that's haram. Allah forbid that. Look in the Torah. Look in the Quran. Allah forbid that already. You can't do that. Whole banking system built on riba. Whole banking system built on riba. Whole housing system, credit system, all of that built on riba. That's why it failed. Because Allah don't like it. Allah hate it, as a matter of fact. Yeah, he crashed out. Because this what y'all doing? So this how you rolling? Listen, Isa alayhi salam, may Allah have bring peace upon him, was a whole crash out. He was a crash out. And he was kind of young. Esau was young. He was like in his 20s. Crashing out. Every other week he was crashing out. Exactly. It's the same people. Same people. Same exact people. They were starting it up back then. Listen, I done already preached enough. Get back in them Bibles and get back in them Qur'ans and stuff like that. Get back in them Qur'ans and stuff. He about to crash out again. Esau coming back specifically to crash out. A whole crash out. He was the crash out prophet. Esau was the crash out prophet. He coming back specifically to crash out. Exactly. On the same people for the same reason. For the same reason. Disobedience to Allah, money changing, all kind of stuff. All kind of stuff. Crashing out. Just crashing out. But he crashed out for God. You see what I'm saying? He crashed out for the Lord. He was a crash out for the Lord. They was crashing out for Allah. You supposed to crash. If it's any worthy crash out, then it's a crashing out for God. You see what I'm saying? You got to crash out for the Lord. That's what I'm talking about. It's going to come a time where we're going to have to crash out for Allah. We're going to have to crash out. Just go ahead and crash out. This the end of it. Boom, boom, boom. We about to just crash out. Just come on. And whatever it's going to be, it's going to be. And I say that respectfully. Whatever it's going to be. Boom, boom, boom. Listen. And like, cause they crashing out. We're gonna have to go on over there, you know what I'm saying? Whoop, 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 whoop de whoop. Esau was crashing out for God. A whole crash out. He told the disciples to be they was crash outs. You know why them folks hated to see Esau and them coming with his boys and them. Because here they come. These young, they was YNs. They was YNs for God. They was crashing out all the time. They would come through, they would be talking crazy to the rabbi. You see what I'm saying? Calling out the rabbis and the folks that had done leading people astray. You understand what I'm saying? They would go call them out. Talk crazy to them real quick and be straight facts. Everything that he said was straight facts. That's why they was mad. That's why they was mad. When they tried to come get him, he had been told his disciples, take this little money and go buy swords. One of them cut one of the ears off, like crashing out. Just crashing out because you can't come over here and say stupid stuff to us like we crashing out, y'all. Because y'all saying stupid stuff, we not even listen. They doing stupid stuff for real. Like they coming over here, they say crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying? I be over here chilling. I be talking to the people. You understand? Like we going around the people. You know, we talking to the so-called low-class people, you know what I'm saying? And we telling them what's up. We putting them on game and all that kind of stuff. We trying to tell them what Allah really said and not what these dudes done said. He said he didn't even say all that. We trying to tell them what God really talking about, how they can really be saved, how they can really, you know what I'm saying, worship Allah for real, according to the law that God gave Moses and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Jesus told him, I didn't come with a Sharia. So we're still under he was still under the Sharia of Musa at that time. So he's trying to correct all of that. You know what I'm saying? He good with the people. Like they ain't like it because he was good with the people. They was the ones mad. The people wasn't even mad. Like the people liked them. Like they loved them. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was a few haters or whatever, but they was the main haters. Hating. Every time he came around hating, that's why he was crashing out. Because every time I be trying to talk about God, y'all come through here hating. Like, you know we'll whoop y'all up, right? Like, don't even, like, we will throw hands. Like, we ain't even got no problem with none of that. Like, I will straight throw hands and go back to this sermon that I'm talking about. Like, you tripping. Like, listen, is y'all good? Because I'm about to start tweaking. Like, Esau was like, I'm gonna tweak. Is you good? Because if not, we finna tweak. I'm tweaking. Already, I'm like halfway tweaking already. They be trying to get us to think that Esau was too laid back and he was just all about peace and love because they don't want you to read. They don't want you to read about Esau and know that he was tweaking every other couple chapters. He had a smart mouth. Like if y'all read the stuff that he was saying to people, like he was talking mad crazy. He was wilding. And they would be like clutching their pearls like mad. Like, I can't believe you saying that. Like, and he'd be like, I don't care nothing about what you talking about. God is my God. I don't know what you talking about. Ain't nobody scared of you. Like, ain't nobody scared of you, cuz. Like, ain't nobody scared, cuz. Yeah, do you understand that? And yes, I was over there in the plaza the other day. I was healing people's eyes because they was coming to me. You know what I'm saying? Talking about they couldn't see. Boom, boom, boom. So now if you got a problem with that, like he was straight. You feel me? Like y'all gotta recognize, ain't nobody. Esau was not running around here talking about no, like when he was chilling, maybe chilling with his boys, chilling with the believers and stuff like that, because it was more than 12 disciples. You understand what I'm saying? It was people who believed. So they got mad. So they got mad. They got mad because I'm talking about Esau, and I'm gonna continue to talk about Esau. Boom. They always want to act like the prophets was soft. The prophets was not soft. They was not soft. The prophets was not soft. Rasulullah was soft. He was front line on them wars. Esau wasn't soft. He was front line. He wasn't hard to find either. He wasn't hard to find. Like, y'all know where I be at. Come see me. Like, he was telling them that, like, come see me then. Like, you don't like what I'm talking about? Come see me for real. A whole crash out. Musa wasn't no punk. They was straight kind of scared of Musa. Like, he was hemming them up. Like, every time they would be disobedient, like he would hem them up for real. Being of God is not soft. Listen. I need the believers to understand that. I need my Christian brothers and sisters. I need my Muslim brothers and sisters. I need my Hebrew Israelite brothers. Listen, for all those of us who believe in the God of Abraham, okay, this is who I'm talking to. It ain't nothing soft about that. Okay, do not misunderstand turning of the other cheek. Do not misunderstand that. That meekness, God ain't talking about laying down and letting somebody just do anything to you and all this kind of stuff. That's not what that's talking about. Because we believe in the Most High. And it ain't no weakness over there. See, they try to make it act like if you God-fearing, you got to be quiet and you got to be, you know what I'm saying, not controversial. When have the word of God not been controversial? When? When it ain't. Every time God sent a prophet, it was controversial. To the point where folks was fighting, like blood was shed on the back of it. That ain't no type of oh, you gotta just, you know what I'm saying, and the Lord, listen, the Lord is gonna work it out. He is. But he, in the meantime, in between time, he ain't say let the disbelievers punk you either. It ain't nothing soft about believing in Allah and abiding by Allah's word and being trying to be righteous and things of that nature. There is nothing weak about that or soft about that, or you got to put your head down, you know, and all that. No. It's a lot of prophets that was smacking folk dead in their mouth. Look them dead in their face like, what you gonna do? Like, we can throw hands about all of it. Like, what is you saying? It was king prophets and prophets of war. And they was fighting in Allah's cause. They was fighting because the Most High said, go fight. Even in the Quran, Allah be telling them, I know that's, you know, it's hard on you about the fighting, but you're going to have to do that. I know you don't really like that, but it's going to come a time and a situation where you're going to have to fight. I'm done for the day, y'all. Thank you, Solomon. So this need to be said. Thank you and don't be sorry. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you, Gold P. Said money for the plate. Indeed, Allah is all in all. I mean, thank you again, HVAC. So this is why I don't tolerate disrespect, especially online. I check you with the fade on site, not the fade on site, not the young brother crash out. Thank you again, Charles, for your super sticker. I appreciate you again, brother. Thank you so much. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here. But I want to thank you for listening to me. Whoever needed to hear it, I needed to hear it. I think we all needed to hear it on some level. So I appreciate y'all for kicking it with me. Jump down in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe to the channel if you have not. Once again, I'm your host, The Crimson Cure, and this was my perspective. Bye-bye, Crimsonites.